I'm joined now by the evolutionary biologist and author of The God Delusion, Richard Dawkins. Professor Dawkins, thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Now, you're not the first man I'd associate with a giant advertising festival on the south coast of France. So what are you doing here today?
I'm having a thoroughly good time. Saatchi invited me to take part in a little presentation, a kind of overture to the presentation of the various directors, which involves memes. And so I guess that's why they invited me to do it, and I must say I'm enjoying working with them very much, a very creative, talented team.
So you'll be appearing in it's an opening ceremony, I guess, and you're talking about memes, and this was a concept you first came up with, nothing to do with the internet, of course, in 1976, in The Selfish Gene.
1976.
Remind us what it meant in the first place originally.
In The Selfish Gene, the sort of message, the main message was that Darwinian natural selection, which as you know is what gives rise to all of us, all living things, works on genes. It's the differential survival of genes, and genes are just an example of coded, digital actually, information. And I wanted to make the point that although the entire book had been based on genes as the basis for natural selection, genes are not the only thing that could have been made the basis of natural selection. On another planet it could be something quite different. The only thing it has to be is highly accurate information. That probably means digital information, because only digital information is that hi-fi. But then I wanted to say, well, maybe we don't have to even go to other planets to find an alternative to DNA. Maybe there's something already here on this planet which is showing the signs of being a kind of forerunner of a new sort of evolution. Memes, cultural replicators, the cultural equivalent of a gene, the cultural equivalent of DNA, which is anything that's copied, anything that's imitated, anything that spreads around like a virus. And I actually used the analogy of a virus as something like a tune that's catchy like a virus, catching. It spreads around the culture. I whistle it, you hear it, whistle it, you go out in the street, whistle it, somebody else hears it, whistles it. It spreads like a virus, and that's all you need in order to get natural selection going. So I called it a meme. It doesn't exactly rhyme with gene, but it's sort of short and sounds vaguely similar.
And how did you feel then when it got adapted for the internet age, which is almost its ultimate manifestation of what you're talking about?
Yes, I mean, if I'd known about computer viruses in 1976, I would have used that as an example. The internet is a first-class ecology for memes to spread, and it's no wonder that the word meme has been taken up in the internet, because that's exactly what it is. When we say things are going viral, that's the very phrase I used in The Selfish Gene. So yes, it's not really a change. It's just a specific subset of the original idea of the meme.
The interest of last year's Director Showcase was called Meet the Creator, so it feels like we've got some kind of balance here now.
Okay, well, I'll have to be at that touche, yes.
Okay, all right. Well, Richard Dawkins, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.